What you're about to see is a dash cam out of Burleson PD. On 1/11/22, I went into JP2, picked up some papers to refile a suit, Fraud Factum suit. Wasn't settled in good faith. Refile against the defendant. What you're about to see is Adam Crawford. He makes a false report to Burleson PD. In reference to me, he requests 2 units, makes a bunch of false allegations, upset at the judge, you name it. Well, the short of it is on 2/14/22, he calls to give us a full admission. I've been slandered ever since. No one will step up. No one will do anything. Therefore, I'm having to go out of state and get some help. What I'll show you here first is a U.S. attorney. He's preaching the same thing I've been preaching on LinkedIn the last 6-7 years. Nobody will listen. Nobody gets it. This is James Kennedy out of New York. It's about getting good officers and keeping them.
Including Deputy Chief Joe Morbido, Commander Fabian Rivera, as well as Deputy Chief Mark Simmons and Henry Favorite. The first 3 individuals I mentioned stepped down yesterday, and the other 2 stepped back into their prior rank. I've had the tremendous privilege of getting to know each of these officers, some of them quite well, in my interactions with them here in the Rochester law enforcement community through the Project Exile Board, Project TIPS, and other programs that we were involved in together. I found each of them to be among the most compassionate, honest, decent, professional, and moral law enforcement professionals with whom I've ever had the opportunity to work. And if I'm being honest, I'm heartbroken to see them go. In the current climate that Rochester finds itself, I'd ask the members of the community to remember this. Equality before the law can only be achieved when enforcement of the law is also equal. And to me, our best chance of having law enforcement professionals who are equipped to deal with everyone equally is to have compassionate, honest, decent, professional, and moral people decide to become law enforcement professionals.
I'm going to stop it there and get the video started. I'm going to watch this and get sick again. The long and the short of this is Monk, without question, contacted Crawford. Without question. Monk, without question, set me up. We all know that. Crawford admits to it, throwing all these people under the bus. You have a police report. This BYROM claims he's an officer. I don't know what he is. He's on loan from Goodwill. Name on the front of his vest. I guess he doesn't remember it in the mirror, so he can remember it. But you have so many things here that are ridiculous. I mean, this officer flies out in front of the covered vehicle, runs up from the corner of 247 out Drive. He has one intention, that's to engage me. It's obvious. No one will take the time to look at it. No one will take the time to address it. So I'll address it and do it for him. I've got a report drawn up. Multiple crimes. They have violated 3903. The official oppression. You've got the new laws they've drawn up. I think it's 460610, 1.5. It's a new law they made in September in reference to false reports to cause panic. It's a 3rd-degree felony. And again, you have no one that will do anything. If you'll notice in this vehicle on your right lower hand, the video was redacted, meaning the audio was redacted. It was changed. That's usually okay if it's not in reference to something pertinent to something you've done wrong. So I don't know how they'll look at that. I look at it as flat tampering with evidence, because that's what this is. The entire time they're talking, you have the deputies inside that place saying he's done nothing wrong. So I don't understand what people don't get. I don't understand why no one wants to address this. There's a school parked directly behind this officer that thinks it's a good idea to pull out an M4 on me. And then his other buddy that doesn't have police ID that flies up. They're both dirty. They're both working for Monk. Not doubt in my mind, I wouldn't say it. People that know me know that. He requests for 2 units. Burleson sends 12. Everybody's got an M4. See back there? That's a park. Back behind this place where they're at, over there. That's a park. Those are apartments. They don't mention any of that, though. This guy wants to start a gunfight. I mean, he wants to engage me. That's what he's there for. Not to maybe start a gunfight, but definitely there to stop me and engage me for no reason. He's heard that before. He does one thing right though. He stands behind this sign, this handicap zone sign. Right here, he turns off his radio, and the captain lies. Oh, Crawford only said it once. He says it right here. If he's leaving, let him leave. They've been watching me the whole time. I just walked out to my car to leave. This is all over a judge not liking an email. He can go F himself. I don't care what he likes. He works for the taxpayer. This is not his courthouse. He's just talking about greasy hair and conditioner, head and shoulders something. This is the vehicle they pull up, not a marked unit, an unmarked unit. The captain also lies about that. Oh no, it was marked. It's all on recording. They're all liars. He's currently on YouTube as the tyrant. Corrupt Johnson County. It's ridiculous. I don't even have words for it, man. It's sickening. Made me sick physically. Oh, let's get this out of the way too. You know, every couple of years, people F up like this, and they want to throw me into the bus after I've done absolutely nothing wrong. It's admitted to. I've got some guys on loan out of Fort Worth chasing me around, humping my guys around town. You know what? Why don't you do your job and go back and get these criminals that have all these guns out around these people? I'm not the bad guy. No, I'm not. So, if you want to follow your oath, yes, no, it's up to you. This right here is ridiculous. Jacking his gun. For what? What if I turn and see these assholes? Nobody is wearing identifying clothing. None of these guys. This is some detective that has his finger on the trigger. I turn around and see Byron. He has a bead on me. I see him as I turn to leave to get in my car. Sharp crew. See, I'm getting my car to leave over there. Dude, call the commander. I'm there to meet the commander, Sparks, Larry Sparks. Sorry, Larry.
Crossfire, guys.
Everybody's got a gun. Crawford just said I hadn't done nothing. Why has he got a gun? Got Elvis here with a gun. This guy here's got his finger on the trigger the whole time. He's a detective. Sad. Whole situation, man. I work with professionals. I've never seen a crash like this.
One of us can get hands. You want me to get a hand? Alright.
And they almost fucked my shoulder up. I mean, these are just some idiots. So, it is what it is. Oh, and I apologize. It's not disrespect to law enforcement. My best friends are law enforcement. These are a group of guys. 233, he tries to slow them down. But these two guys that pull up in the Black Tahoe, they started it. They engaged it. Once they pulled guns, everybody did. So, I don't know. Maybe someone will do an investigation at some point. Not from this area, that's for sure. Again, call the commander, make a phone call. They have no intention of calling him. They're going to try to humiliate me, throw me on the ground, act like a bunch of badasses. These guys don't know tough. They don't have a clue. They don't know basic gun safety.
Bring this knee up. Bring this knee up.
You don't have a First Amendment anymore. You'll lose your 8th, 4th, 8th, and 14th. Continue.
Let's get him up.
Yeah, let's rock.
Come on. There you go.
This guy's known me 35 years. Best man at his cousin's wedding.
Ready to go forward? Yep. 1, 2, 3. Up.
I'm in shock. I don't know what's going on.
His cuffs aren't double locked.
Turns me loose, cuts me loose, hands me back my gun.
I can see that.
I'm familiar with you. Yeah, sure he is. I'm working his grandmother's stolen cars for his cousin when she dies, Helen. I knew J.P. his grandpa. Yeah, he doesn't know me. This is Byron. No ID. He put his name on the front of his shirt so he can remember it during the day in the mirror. Behind him, apartments. Over here, a park, Jurassic Park. This is a woman pulling up. She's like a thoroughbred with a bunch of Shetland ponies. She needs to go hitch her wagon to some other crew. U.S Marshals, she'd be good with. I say that because she does the right thing. She does what's right when it's hardest. While everybody else stands there, violates the law, doesn't do anything unless your rights be violated, which is against the color laws, she actually steps up and does something. She's a leader. The rest of these people, I don't tell you about all of them. You got a couple of decent ones, but if this tall-headed kid here says, I guess we had probable cause. He was operating the court. No, you really didn't. So, it's just a joke. Sickening. Another M4. In total, there were 16 officers that I know of there. So, Your tax dollars.
Please, the bounty hunter? Oh, gosh.
Yeah, we did.
These motherfuckers need to stop.
Thank you. 1 liter. She
They
left
got
that.
3 here and 1 here.
She left that dumb. That's one thing she left out. I said, to this day, nothing's been done. He gave a wrongful eviction on me. He continued to hear every case I had, 4 or 5 more hearings after this, through March, April. The judge did. SC, JC, they won't do anything. They're worthless. I guess they missed the special.
I guess we did. We have a reasonable
Yeah, you have a reasonable suspicion. Go home, dude.
Who's irate?
Yeah, pull some machine guns out. That makes sense to me. Anyway, he's trying to leave. And to make a long story short, there was a special on ABC, 2/14/22, called The Dishonorables. It's about SCJC. It's about exactly what happens here. Them not doing anything to enforce the laws up there. Well, it got aired by ABC, and when it did, the judge lost his job, and so did they. That's what needs to happen to Habersham and this whole worthless, corrupt crew down at SCJC. It's obvious right here the guy is biased. When you say this is 111, he continues to hear my cases through March, the end of March. Nobody does anything. It's okay. Bunch of worthless individuals, boy. The level of corruptness, hey, little Byron way out there in front of cover. Maybe shot.
Gonna go hands on.
This poor guy, he's the leader, but he's embarrassed. Yeah. We should be doing a podcast pretty soon. Here's a little something I made up. This is going to be our mascot, Blue. You can't really see him. Yeah, but old Blue, he's got something set up there too. What I'd give to get him in Panther City on the west side. Violate my dad's rights. And we're doing a bipod, putting that on the wall. What are you doing here? Only professional there is to your left.
And I know this guy. Yeah, that guy. That's all fine. Yeah. He's always locked and loaded if you deal with that guy.
They're dragging me up.
Yeah.
For what? First paragraph of the report, B-Ron says it. Yeah. Hospital says he's done nothing, so.
All right. CID's on the scene, so I'm gonna get
You know, that's about all I got. You guys have a great day. Hope things work out. And it goes back to, you look at all this stuff on the walls and everything that our forefathers have given with 4th of July coming up. And, I got to tell you, man, pretty big waste of time. Pretty big waste of time, what you gave up going, for this. No one going by the law. Man, you better step up. It's election time. Good day.